So I've been sharing my aspiration to really train my mind to begin to see in every being I come in contact with their essential Buddha nature. And of course, as soon as I really began to focus on that, the obstacles to that came up more vividly. So last time I talked about the judgmental mind is the one that immediately comes up when I recognize someone and just have that fleeting thought, why do they do their hair that way? It looks so dumb. Or that shirt just doesn't look good on that person. Why don't they know that? So also then wanting to begin to catch that thought, even when it's very mild, with the answer to my question, why would they do that? They want to be happy, just like me. Just like me. So as I've been practicing that, of course, I'm seeing the obstacles that come up as soon as I try to have that thought in my mind. So one of the things that's been interesting to observe is that the judgmental mind is an angry mind, even if it's very, very subtle. So but as the anger escalates, the obstacle to recognizing the potential of someone else escalates. So this morning, in preparing for Geshe Sopa's teachings from Guide to a Bodhisattva's Way of Life, I came across this quote, which again is so helpful, from Shantideva, reminding us that thus everything is dependent on something else. Therefore, upon seeing a friend or an enemy committing a wrong deed, one should reflect, such are his conditions, and be at ease. So whether the person is actually doing a wrong deed or not is irrelevant. As soon as I've had a judgmental thought, I've tried them and figured out that they have a wrong deed. So that shirt looks bad on you, that's a wrong deed to my judgmental mind. But again, if I can train myself to this simple thought, and such are his conditions, such are her conditions, such are my conditions to have that thought arise. We're all a part of this conditioned response. So this morning we had an interesting discussion in the Abbey that brought some tension up. It was a discussion that really was a use of a term that caused part of the problem. The term could have been the Abbey's cat. And in the mind of some people, the cat that came to mind was Manjushri. And in the mind of the other people, the cat that came to mind was Achala. And one group was talking as though we were talking about Achala, and the other group was talking as though we were talking about Manjushri, and we completely misunderstood each other. And so to come back to this thought, and such are our conditions, was so helpful in my own mind in being able to diffuse the energy around the misunderstanding and the miscommunication. And so that takes me back to, oh yes, and then with those things removed from my mind, I can go back to my attempt to recognize the potential in myself and in the people around me for our to become Buddhists, and so to support each other in that way. So that's my lesson for today.